welcome back to the channel. We got a good little build going on here on Steve's 2006 GMC Sierra. It's a Denali, so it's all-wheel drive. It is a 60E truck, so we're going to try to see how long that transmission will last. But this is going to be the first video here, and I think we're going to focus on the fuel system. Steve's got a Trailblazer SS Intake, or the new body style as they call it. So we're going to have to be switching the 3-bolt to 4-bolt. We got an adapter from ICT Billet here. And yeah, let's get started. Alright guys, so first order of business here is obviously we got to put fuel injectors in this intake manifold here. We were going to go with a return style factory regulator setup, but Steve wanted to get some fancy rails on here and he got a good deal on them. So we got the, what are they here, 534-210 billet fuel rails, and then we're going to have the 12-880 regulator. We got a Walbro 450. That's the part number there. It's good for ethanol and all that good stuff. So we got that. And then I'll give a shout out to my guy here, Joel. He owns Canadian Performance Injection, and he actually stepped up here and gave us a free set of decap injectors for this build. So that was pretty freaking awesome of him. It comes with like a flow sheet here. Tells us that we got 80 pounds per hour across the board. These are all flow matched to match each other. So and they come this fancy nice little vacuum pack little thing here, so that's cool. So basically what we got to do now is adapt this intake to work with the short style injectors, because on these newer style truck intakes they have actually the longer style injectors, and with these fuel rails they're kind of made for like the LS1 style, LS2, LS6 style intakes, so the mounts they come with don't really fit. So what we got to build here is we got to build some adapters to basically clamp down the rail, because the rail is going to sit so low with these small injectors that it's actually going to sit below this standoff here. I'll show you what I'm talking about here. Alright guys, so we got a rail mounted in the intake here. You can see how actually short this injector is compared to the ones they come with. It's probably only about like 1 inch between the rail and this intake here. So what happens is on these you can see that the bottom of the rail is far below the mounting post down here, and if you actually look at this side of the intake, they mount on the bottom like this. They have a little plate on the bottom. So here's an injector in here. I'm going to show you how high they are. So basically that's what we got going on. It's so high that I can literally stick my hands underneath the injector here. So there's no real way to use the bottom mounting plates. So what I'm going to do is I actually made these little clamps here. Spin this around. I made these little dudes. I cut the old eyelet off the original mount, and then I took a piece of pipe and I welded it to the tab. So then it will fit over top of the rail like that. If you guys can see that there, zoom in a bit. But those should clamp the rail down. I have them already clamped down, and they're literally so secure on here that I can't even move this at all. Like, I've tried both hands ripping this thing off, and they're not going anywhere. So I mean, if anyone's worried about these popping off, it's literally impossible. So I just have to make 2 more of those for the other side here. But other than that, once we get everything bolted down here, I'll give these a paint, and then we will continue on with the rest of the fuel system, which will be the regulator and the fuel lines. And yeah, we'll be right back at you. Alright guys, it's Saturday here. It's she's pretty nipply outside, so it's a pretty good day to be inside anyways. So this is the truck here. What is this thing, Steve, 2006?
Yeah, 2006. Yeah.
What the hell's wrong with this? Auto fucking focus? There we go. Yeah, so it's 2006 Denali, so it's got the 6-liter. It's got a 4L65 in her. We're gonna see how long that lasts. But we're basically just gonna start today with getting the intake off and all the fuel injection stuff so we can switch it over, because we got this poopsie to go on here. I don't know why I said poopsie, that's a bit weird, but okay. And here's the turbo we're going with. It's a 7875 from Performance World, because those guys are always hooking us up and they're pretty cool guys to deal with. And then here's Trey's turbo log. He's a buddy of ours, he made this. So that's gonna go on there. And then I've got an old wastegate that it came off my race car, so we're gonna use that. I wonder why the focus is being weird. And yeah, Steve Paws is getting his sweet cart set up here so we can do some working. But yeah, so yeah, we're gonna get at her. All right, so we got the stock intake off of her now, and basically had to take off the alternator just to give us a bit more clearance. Now we're just gonna take off the passenger side manifold here so we can put the log on. I have to get some of the stock exhaust out of the way underneath, and then yeah, we should be able to put the intake on, the turbo and the log, and then start on some of the fuel system stuff. Probably figure out something for the wastegate as well, and then keep on keeping on, I guess. But I think that's gonna be all for this video, guys. It's a little bit of a short one, but it's the first video, so you know the deal. Comment, like, subscribe if you can, and you know, get out in the garage, start being about it, and we'll see you in the next one.